All right. Today, we're diving into the fascinating and incredibly efficient world of frog reproduction. Now, this is a tale of two different biological designs, one for the male and one for the female. And on the surface, they look surprisingly similar, but once you look inside, they tell two completely different stories.
Okay, so check this out. Here you're looking at the male and female systems right next to each other. At first glance, the basic layout seems pretty much the same, right? You've got a pair of organs up near the kidneys, and it all seems to funnel down to a single exit. But the real magic and the really crucial differences, well, that's all hidden in the plumbing.
To really get what's going on in these diagrams, there's one key concept we have to talk about first: the urogenital system. It's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea is simple. In frogs, the urinary system and the reproductive system are brilliantly combined into one integrated network. It is an absolute masterpiece of biological efficiency.
Okay, let's dive in, and we'll start with the male frog. We're going to trace the path of sperm all the way from where it's made, right through its entire journey to the outside world.
So the whole journey kicks off right here, in this pair of yellowish, kind of oval-shaped testes. Now, look at their location. That is no accident. They aren't just floating around in there. Nope. They are strategically attached right to the upper part of each kidney.
So how exactly are they connected? Well, the testes are held right in place by this special membrane called the mesorechium. You can think of it like a sling. It's this fold of lining from the body cavity that acts as a flexible anchor. And this isn't just some simple little tether. It's a really vital piece of the system's architecture. Now, from the testes, the sperm don't just take a direct route out. Instead, they travel through this whole network of about 10 to 12 tiny tubes called the vasa efferentia. And these little tubes lead them directly into the kidney itself, where they enter a special channel called Bitter's Canal. This is where the reproductive highway effectively merges with the urinary one.
And all of this complex plumbing leads to one common exit point: the cloaca. I mean, talk about a multi-purpose tool. This single chamber is the exit for digestive waste, for urine, and for sperm. It's about as streamlined as biological design gets.
All right, now let's switch gears and jump over to the female system. You'll see how it tells a different, though parallel, story. The basic parts might look similar, but trust me, the plumbing is wired in a completely different way.
So, just like the male, the female system is built around a pair of primary organs. In this case, of course, it's the ovaries. And you'll notice they're also located right there near the kidneys. But that proximity, well, it's a little deceiving.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the single biggest difference between the two systems. See, unlike the male's testes, which are functionally wired into the kidneys, the female's ovaries have absolutely no functional connection to them at all. They're neighbors, sure, but they do not share plumbing.
So you're probably asking, if the kidneys aren't involved, how in the world do the eggs get out? Well, the female has a completely separate system for that, a pair of these coiled tubes called oviducts. They collect the eggs straight from the ovaries and carry them all the way down, opening into that very same cloaca. So you've got two totally different routes leading to the exact same destination. Okay, so we've seen the hardware for both the male and the female. Now let's see how it all comes together to actually create new life. And this is where the whole process moves out of the body and into the environment.
And the sheer scale of this is it's staggering. Get this. A single mature female frog can lay somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 eggs all at one time.
And since both the male and female systems have that same exit point, the cloaca, fertilization happens externally, out in the water. This is what kicks off one of nature's most dramatic transformations. The eggs hatch into a larva, what we all know as a tadpole, which then undergoes this incredible, complete metamorphosis to become an adult frog.
So all this biology is pretty cool, but why should we really care about the specifics of frog reproduction? Well, as it turns out, the success of this cycle is absolutely crucial for maintaining a healthy ecosystem for all of us. You know, frogs play this vital role that often goes completely unseen. For starters, they are voracious insect eaters, which helps protect our crops. They're also a critical link in the food web. They get eaten by things like snakes and birds, but they themselves eat countless bugs. They are, simply put, a cornerstone of ecological balance. And yeah, in some parts of the world, their role even extends to our dinner plates. When you think about it, this incredible efficiency, especially in that combined male system, is just such a powerful example of evolution being practical. It's a design that screams function over form. It might not be the most elegant-looking setup,
but man, does it get the job done. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other simple, brilliant solutions like this are hiding in plain sight all around us in the natural world?